Welcome to the Reggaecy, where we endeavor to preserve the legacy of reggae and dancehall music by discussing important topics as it relates to the reggae and dancehall culture. You see me? Um, my name is Randy. I have Oliver and Shane.
Yep.
Shane, big respect every time. Thanks for always tuning in and checking us out. Um, Tonight we have a crocus bag of things for discuss. You see me? So yeah, we're back at it. You know the thing go. First up though is I don't know if people tune in because because of this corona crisis. There's a lot of shows and a whole heap of cancellation and a whole heap of things that we weren't able to either feed into or pay attention to. It kind of shut down a lot of things for us and deprive of a lot of things. But Downsound Productions, in association with Facebook Live and also Instagram, and you see me, they actually gave us some reggae Sumfest content throughout the week, and then on the Friday and the Saturday night, I think them give us international dancehall night and international night. You see me? Right. So say that to the people then, say yo, we have to be appreciative because while something we normally pay for, and this virtual reality thing is a first. People just try it out. I think on the side of Reggae Sunfest, the production and the setup, the stage, the light and everything, it was done really well. So people, I want to feel about that, and that we are discussed tonight. You see me? Reggae Sunfest 2020 virtual performances. Now, Oliver, Shane, we don't know who want to kick it like a ball and score first, but as far as performances and stuff that happened during this virtual show, who have you guys seen? And what you can say about any of the particular artists? Oliver, you want to kick it out first?
Yeah, me see pretty much all of the performance them. Me try to take advantage of the fact that we never have to pay. Hopefully others do the same. If not, we encourage others to do the same. Just to touch on before me even say that, we just say that my happy them still deliver the show like I said.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if with the culture and everything, we used to have so many shows in Jamaica, right? And they're no longer there. So it's good to see a show like this maintain despite all the obstacles, right?
Right.
We don't know if a show like that could survive without at least doing something. And forget about money or the financial aspect of it. Just the fact that you never know when you might lose the momentum. And last year, Sumfest has a big show, so I'm glad them actually deliver something between Scatter and Joe and them team.
Yeah.
I'm glad them able to do it. We trend set up on a lot of things, Jamaica. Even with the verses, we look at this. I don't see a lot of virtual shows yet. Some people started. We always try to figure out a way. So big up the man for that.
Yeah, definitely. And before you even go into, you said something where poignant in the sense that it keep the momentum going with the Reggae Sumfest show. Rather than on a whole, it keep the momentum going. And not only with the show, but this is an example of what I like artists, whether not only just Jamaican artists, but worldwide up and coming artists, we take note and realize, content is king in this day and age. And if you want to stay fresh in our people's mind and build up consistency and a momentum, you have to continue to feed people content. You see me? I mean, we kind of guilty of that as well. We are trying our best to deliver upon content. You see me? But anyway, back to Oliver.
Yeah, so all right, I try to start out with the older artists them were perform and half memory which ones me really remember performance was really good.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed Freddie McGregor performance. So all of the young people them go check it out. I mean, maybe because you can sing along, but actually that wasn't the only thing. I liked him entrance, him performance, the way he was dressed. I felt like he was dressed appropriately for his age. Not against whatever any man want to dress, but he really looked like a respectable gentleman on stage. And like him respect the craft, respect him profession, and him delivered professionally. Timing was excellent. He seemed to know, even though he didn't have an audience, when to stop, when to bring in which tracks. And he played he sang new records, and it still sounded good. So it showed his, to me, mastery of performance on stage, coming from years of experience. I also see Tarrus Riley. Tarrus Riley performance was good. As usual, Tarrus is always good on stage for some of the same reasons. Experience non-stop. Song selection was good. In bring out conscience.
Yes.
That helped give a little energy, so that was good. Me say, Maxi Priest. Long time Maxi Priest up on the road. I'm a big Maxi Priest fan.
Yeah. Big international
strolling along
artist.
them old tune, I might tune that,
Mm-hmm.
So when you want, if you put a Maxi Priest CD together, young people, the men them, you can really serenade a woman with some Maxi Priest. A Boston. And not just like berries. A different class, but them both excellent.
See.
But me feel a little underwhelmed, to be honest, from Maxi Priest's performance. It wasn't like it was terrible, but it seemed like he was having voice issues. I don't know if he had some other virtual performance or some kind of personal performance, but his voice sounded a little hoarse and he wasn't really hitting some of the notes then. Okay. But overall, I was glad to see him. Now, younger artists then.
Hold on, stick up in.
Yeah.
Maxi Priest. So pretty much, you said voice issues and he wasn't really hitting all of the notes. How about the performance itself and him moving from track to track and him flow from track to track? How was that for you? Was that
moving from track to track was okay? I found that was fine too. I felt sometimes he spaced it out a little bit too much for me. But maybe that's just his style. Other people might like it. Like I said, he's a talent, major talent. I guess for me, coming from the higher Freddie McGregor, and I kind of put them in the same era.
Yeah.
I was looking for a little stronger performance. But I'm glad he did it,
but did you even feel any confidence in his delivery? Or
yeah, he was confident in delivery and in material.
Okay.
I could tell he's used to perform. It's his material, and it wasn't like he was forgetting lyrics or anything like that. But it just seemed to me as if he had a voice issue.
Oh, it felt
and that could have like a hoarseness. I don't know if he had a cold something, but something wasn't coming together.
So you'd say.
Yeah, it fell upon him voice issues. Maybe.
And I've heard him before and seen him perform, and it was good. So
yeah.
Not that this wasn't good, but I felt like it could be better.
Yeah, cool.
I don't know if Shane want to jump in.
Shane,
I mean, like for the, as I say, it definitely is a big thing because Sumfest is not just some show, but also a brand where, it's a big deal and I come from a far away, and people look forward to that. You know what I mean? So the fact that they were able to do something, in the interim of what's going on, that was a big deal. And I don't think people appreciate that as much as they should. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
True.
And definitely, hats off to the production team behind that. No, the performances, I didn't see every single performances as yet. You know what I mean? But the few that I saw was very, very good. Frisco Kid, he handled the stage with a lot of professionalism, and you can see that he's mature and what's the word? He's a real veteran when he comes on to stage performance. You know what I mean? And I saw Egyptian as well, very great performer. You know what I mean? The way they performed, it's like they had a crowd of hundreds of thousands of people. The energy was right. It was definitely, a marvel.
Egyptian had a command at the stage.
Yeah.
And he did it subtly. It wasn't loud.
Yeah, like he make it look effortless. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kill up himself or do the most, but he just, on point. And that's our Coffee's performance as well. And, typical Coffee, which is a good performer.
Yeah.
And what I noticed with Coffee, I didn't necessarily look out for that before, But I realized that Coffee was doing her performance like traditionally. You know how usually they have the music playing in the background or the song playing in the background and they perform on it? You know, I noticed that Coffee was doing hers completely traditional.
Hold on, stick up in. When they say traditional, meaning
like live.
She wasn't using the band, or was she using a band, or what was it?
She was using the band, but as far as the music, like the song itself, right? So there's no backup of the song.
Oh, okay. So it's not. Oh, so right. She was. So so she wasn't singing over. Okay, yes, right. yes. That was awesome.
And she deal with it like proper. You know what I mean? Smooth transitions from one song to the next, and the right kind of build up. You know what I mean? So I really enjoyed the little that I saw. You know, and you know, it was a big thing, I think, for the culture, and you know, for people to see it. And I think people, they should push it more so that reach, because a lot of people have never seen Sumfest. They might see highlights and stuff like that, but they never got the chance to go to Jamaica to see it live. You know, but this is definitely a way to introduce a lot of other people to dancehall music and the Sumfest show, so that they'll have more of a urge to go as soon as they possibly can. You know, whenever things clear up and things.
That being said, I would encourage the lovers of reggae music and dancehall music to go over to the Reggae Sumfest channel on YouTube to preview or watch some of these videos, because they were really, the production overall was excellent, done in really
share. You know what I was thinking earlier. You notice Ramesh's entire team was there pretty much.
Yes,
definitely. They were not there last year. Remember, they had the issue with payment and agreement and whatever the artists were. So I guess Joe and Scatter them and Sumfest
work out them issue.
The parties work. That's good. Whatever it was, I'm glad they worked it out. So actually,
hold on there. You mentioned Ramesh and them. You did see Shensia performance?
I did.
You want to comment a little bit about that, because I wasn't able to preview that.
It was okay. It wasn't one of her best performances.
Okay.
I've seen her perform at a time and it was okay. This was all right, decent, nothing extra. I like the fact that she only had one person on the stage.
Yeah.
That for me, I felt was good in comparison to. So Ding Dong had a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Right. Background, everything was nice. Ding Dong have the songs. For me, he had a lot of dancers, but it was too much for me because the stage was so small.
Right.
It was hard for me to keep my eye on him and what's going on. I didn't think he was also very clear. I couldn't hear what he was saying. Then he had a hype man.
Yeah, so
for me, that never worked.
Yeah.
I could see how it would work for the young people. For me, I needed to hear the artists and hear the songs because I actually like Ding Dong catalog.
Let me jump in there with Ding Dong now. So I kind of echo similar sentiments with what you say about Ding Dong and him crew. With one caveat, I've seen Ding Dong a couple of times live, and I must say this to me feel like improvement, right? Even though I wish his voice him sound like him record, but him something about it need to lift up more, maybe them need to turn up him mic or something,
I mean, I don't want to sound like, I'm not cut your hand.
Yeah.
I thought it had to do with his energy and his, what's the word I'm looking for? His stamina.
Okay.
And I just want to say that so you can go if you felt that. Because for me, I felt like he was running out of breath a lot.
Because in there dancing and move around, but
right.
But traditionally, he's a dancer and him crew are dancers. So that them really a sell. That is part-time selling point. So I expected that. As far as the amount of dancers on stage, normally you have a whole lot more dancers, and I can tell us really, him did have four dancers and a hype man, the youth named Bravo. I'm not gonna lie, Bravo voice to me Even though he did play background to Ding Dong, in voice sound like the record them. It did a connect to me.
Yeah, it does sound like
You see me? When me I listen to me, I say, yo, John, the man thing a connect. Like me said, a big issue that a lot of grown folks and lovers of music, or even people internationally have with reggae or dancehall artists sometimes, is that when them perform on stage, them don't sound like them record. You see me?
Yeah.
Not to say Ding Dong didn't sound like him record, but a little bit more clarity there. I mean, like maybe it was because him did a breath, but that was it for me. But we just try to say that now to cap off Romish Entertainment, the whole crew and squad where they, them do a good job still.
TJ performance was good.
Yeah.
It
We never see TJ one either.
I felt like he was like he was a real artist. You know what I mean? He took the craft seriously. Not taking anything from the others. I'm back to Ding Dong. Big up for all the youths and where my help. I'm sure know all them dancers. There's a whole heap of people that might take care of. So I have to acknowledge that. That's big. Yeah. Sasko performance, yo, boss performance. Sasko, I grow. I actually happy for I watch him a transition in the artist where man become.
Yeah.
Every time I see him, it's a different Sasko, but a more elevated Sasko me I get. Yeah. So, I mean, there were parts in performance where take my back and bring almost like goosebumps on me. So, yo, big up to Sasko with him performance.
Yeah. Sasko, come on, run. I'm kind of bounce back and forth because
we kind of good for people.
Since you mentioned Sasko and actually watch Sasko performance as well. For me, watch Sasko performance was Sizzler performance. I only for the top performance to me. And for me personally, I am gonna go out and say for me, barring nothing, Sasko performance was the best for me.
Same. I'm there with you.
The reason why, I'm never give reason.
Reason, okay,
like, I don't want people feel like.
We don't see that.
Like so in delivery, in clarity was on 10. You see me? I give him 10 out of 10 for him clarity. You see me? Sasko kind of have a rough voice. What do I call it? Raspy or whatever, right? And in clarity was on 10. In confidence and him know prepare and deliver him track them from rhythm to even doing multiple tracks on the same rhythm. You know what I mean? Trust me, me know if this was done live, all me feel virtually, I can just imagine how crazy it would have been if it was done live. Exactly.
It was a good performance. Really good.
Yeah, and that is why again, like I said this, I encourage lovers of reggae and dancehall music to go over to the Reggae Sumfest channel on YouTube and check out these performances. You see me?
Another thing we discuss. 2 years in a row, they never make it, right?
Yes.
2 years. What was the one them get locked off or something like that, right? 1 year the song get locked off, police lock off the thing right before them perform. And then 1 year was jail, right? I think Squash did jail, something like
that.
Third year now, again, something is going on. I don't know, 6 no really make the real stage at Sumfest. But they perform. One thing about that they wanna Chronic Lab performance.
For me, they were okay. It wasn't like crazy or nothing, but the scene prepared to me though. You know what I mean? The scene like they prepare for it and deliver themselves. It took me back to when Tommy Lee did just start performing on Sumfest. When kind of controlled in our movements and like kind of calculative. Like him still in a little shell in our way. You know what I mean? Before him like really get out. Mm-hmm. But they were good performances. Them put themselves together and clean and everything. and I feel like they were prepared.
So on the other side of that for me, yeah, me give them kudos for them performances because it's better than most of them performances I see before. Much better. So them improved. But they were not in front of anyone. This is basically, if you might say, I guess, could be practice, and practice when you practice in private, you can sometimes it breed more powerful results in public. You see me? So me not knock them, but like I said, better performance from even Chronicle this time around. But me just want to encourage you them to continue to practice in private so them can deliver more potent performances. You see me I say? What else me have to say about that? Yeah, it's sometimes the whole heap of use I don't know if some of them use what you call it, auto tunes and them thing there. It affect the music because when you come to deliver upon stage,
and I have the auto tune,
yeah, and you don't sound like your records them. So a lot of times it leave the song sounding dry, you know. Me would also again encourage the artists them to know them audience and know them best record. That means when you perform, only your best, it's good enough. When you're up on a stage like this. That means you're supposed to reel them off back to back. Your top hits them back to back. You see me? That's it. I just encouragement. Me have to say no, not against the youth them, but much improved performance comparing to some of the stuff that I've seen in the past.
Yeah, that one brought a lot of energy. From the time he touched the stage, I felt the energy.
Yeah.
Because I watch it and watch him after Chronicle actually. And when him touch the stage. So kudos for them, like I said, them not have enough experience performing in front of a crowd, much less performing with no crowd. Yeah. So I'm glad it happened. So, all the people them like we I said, go out, watch up the video there, man.
And the more you do it too, the more confidence and more confident you get. So and that with the top performers them, and that me realize them confidence it effortless. You see me? Like before we even roll again, Agent Sasko, the man message in every single track where him deliver and how him even ad-lib it, talk to him audience, even though there wasn't a massive group of people in front of him. Everything felt genuine as if he was speaking to me, even though I am overseas. Virtually, the man attack every word, everything, the message I connect, solid performance.
I think I recollect him even saying he's not going to cheat anybody, even though it's virtual.
Yes.
I'm still going to give the full performance. So, yeah, man, he's a real artist right now.
And him look like him could have gone for whole heap more too.
Stamina. Stamina.
Yeah.
Because sometimes as an artist, a lot of people don't know you have to exercise and work out.
Yeah, and you have to control a lot of, breath control and movements and all them things.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's for us enough for Reggae Sumfest 2020. As I mentioned before, I implore everyone to go over and check out the videos from both the past and now. If it's not even just Sumfest, check out the Sting video them, Sting 92, Sting 95, check out the video them, check out Ninja Man, check out Bunty Beanie, check out them video there so you can get you can learn more about reggae.
For the young people, you might not be able to search Sumfest because there was another show before Sumfest, Reggae Sunsplash. And for a few years, there were two shows. We only have one now, Sunsplash didn't survive, right, or whatever. But Reggae Sunsplash was the show before Sumfest. So if they want to see old performances, them can check Reggae Sunsplash.
There are more shows, but we're not really going to the list.
No, but Summer Show, that was the show. Yeah. Gregory Isaac, Canal, Peter Touch, you want to see them full. You'd have to check Sunsplash because I think Sumfest coming in the 90s.
You bring up Gregory Isaac. Before I also want to mention that Gypsum did a rendition of Gregory Isaac's song to start his performance, his show. and it was beautifully done. Really, really.
Yes.
It almost seemed like it was one of his tracks. It just flowed into the rest of his other tracks while he was performing, and it was done really well. We just want that note that before we roll into um other things.